Breaking news. 100,000 children denied mental health treatment every year. 3 out of 5 children suffer from mental health complications. Children's mental health could be the next wave in the pandemic. These are the statements that make the headlines of the news every day. And we as normal people, however, are unaware of that. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Prem Kulkarni, and I'm going to talk about something extremely important in today's time. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychology, rightly said that if you don't resolve the issues at the right age, they lead to fixation. Children go through a lot of problems throughout their childhood that may lead to mental issues. And today we are going to talk about one of the many issues. In India, right from the time they start their schooling, children are taught that talking to the children of the opposite gender is an offense or a sin. These things are taught by the parents and teachers themselves. We as children are taught to put the grown-ups on a pedestal and we let them objectify things in our lives. They say that India is a developing country. I'm sorry. There is no progression whatsoever because there are numerous cases that come up every day. One such case happened in Mumbai, where the newspaper headlines read, "Affair taunts by a teacher pushes a 12-year-old girl to jump from the second floor." This story created havoc in everyone's life. A girl and a boy from 6th class, mind you, 6th class, developed friendship. They used to talk to each other normally, like friends. This was observed by the teacher. He went on and complained it to the principal, the school management, the parents, and both the kids were humiliated in front of everyone. This led the girl to take a drastic step. This incident created a permanent scar in both the kids' lives. But what are the repercussions? Both the kids will live in constant fear and they'll think twice before talking to anyone throughout their schooling life. Children from the age 5 to 18 are innocent. They naturally look up to their parents, their teachers. They go through a lot of changes and they're extremely sensitive to those changes. If the grown-ups themselves create a stigma in their minds, where are they supposed to go? They just start suppressing their feelings. They start holding them up. Such grown-ups should not be even considered as human beings. Mental health, till date, is largely spoken in hushed voices. The fear, the shame associated with such matters stops the people from reaching out, seeking for help. They simply suffer in silence and sometimes even in ignorance. From the very start, we have been taught about the physical health quite openly. In fact, schools have classes on sanitation, nutrition, hygiene. Then why not about mental health? Yes, there are counselors. There is a subject called moral science, but there is no proper structure. There is no proper curriculum. Abraham Maslow, the famous psychologist, in his famous theory, talks about the needs of people in life. And there he talks about sex. And by sex, I mean the opposite gender or the gender, not otherwise. Then why can't we normalize this? Why is there a disgrace around such matters? The breaking down of the misconceptions and the stigma has to start from school. School is where children learn to build relationships. It is where they hone the sense of their self-worth. The show 13 Reasons Why clearly depicts how a girl is a victim of bullying, body shaming, rape, gossip. Ultimately, she kills herself, leaving behind 13 tapes explaining why. Another case happened in Chennai, wherein a girl's Instagram profile was stalked by one of her teachers and they found her pictures with some of the boys, her friends, and they went on and complained it to the school management. Tell me one thing, is this the kind of progressive we are trying to be? The kind of progression that we need right now in this country is a mental health curriculum incorporated with 3 imperative components. The first component, create awareness about emotional well-being, remove the taboo against or with mental illness, sensitize the students or the children to individuals who may be in distress. The idea is not to get into the deeper conversations about disorders and their manifestations, but to understand that mental health related problems are indeed real, that they are not owed to a person's character flaw or weakness, and that many people around us may be suffering. The second component is to create and encourage help-seeking behaviors. The feelings of isolation, helplessness, hopelessness that children usually experience that lead them to take a drastic step can in fact be ameliorated if they know how and where they can reach out for help. Seeking help is a strength rather than a weakness must be highlighted. The third component, and perhaps the most prominent one of the curriculum, should be preventive aspect. Can we, all of us as adults, ensure that the children, the students are better able to cope up with the challenges they face in life? Yes, the answer to this lies in life skills training. Mental health curriculum is not about adding syllabus. In fact, life skills can be hardly taught with textbooks and some examinations. In fact, or instead, we need to have a more open and an interactive approach with the children, spearheaded by the school teachers and parents. In conclusion, I would like to say that it's the grown-ups who have to take the charge. They have to break this cycle of unhealthiness that has been prominent throughout generations. It is the parents and the teachers who have to take up the control and tell the children it's okay to talk. If you are in some kind of trouble, call us. We'll come and get you no matter what. We'll not ask you how you got into trouble. We'll not ask you why you got into trouble. We'll just come for you and we'll talk about it as much as you want. And I'm sure together we can, we should, and we must.